time in the house, but what did she learn about herself? We will find out soon. She's down there with friends and family. Look, they're consoling her. It was a bit scary. I'm going to have a little catch-up with Brian, though.
Hi.
Have you been on holiday?
Yeah. Well,
Again?
no, this is my holiday tan extended by a false Saint-Tropez tan.
I was going to say, I was told you go on holiday every week, but that's just...
Are we the same colour? No.
Awkward. A little birdie told me a little exciting thing happened 11 years today.
Yeah, some really gay Irish skinny guy with a really good tan won Big Brother. 11 years ago. I was like 17.
Congratulations.
I know, it's gone by so quick.
So what, you've only won it once?
I've won it twice.
You've won it twice?
Thank you, yeah. Second anniversary on September the 10th, I think.
Oh, we'll have a little party.
Yeah, I think we should.
What an interview that was.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think Aaron's interview was tricky and Caroline's interview was slightly chaotic only because I think people on social sites, i.e. Twitter, want you to take them to task for stuff. But there is a line that you don't want to cross where you come across as being too aggressive with someone.
And it's really intimidating. Coming out is really scary.
Yes, especially to all those boos. That's probably the worst boos we've had even last year and this year.
That crowd was pretty vicious.
Yeah, but I think she took it in her stride, realised, you know what, it's not real, it's panto.
It is.
Yeah.
How much do you think the house are going to miss her?
Do you know what's a difficult one? I think maybe Connor will miss her, but I don't think the majority of the house will miss her. I think the insiders and the outsiders proved outside they're popular, inside they're not. I think I'm confusing myself.
It's a weird dichotomy.
It is.
I said dichotomy.
Yes.
They're left with her legacy, chocolate.
Yes, lots of chocolate.
A lot of chocolate.
You know, if that happened to me, I would be well pissed off.
I would be.
Would you? No. I think there's only so much chocolate you can have. Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's enough.
But I think it's funny and she'd be remembered for her behaviour and for that task.
That'll stand
Just like
out.
Harry with the bananas.
Yeah, it's banana cake.
Banana cake with chocolate, yeah.
Will Scott and Becky be getting closer now?
Yeah, do you know, I think kind of Becky stole Scott. She stole her gay away from her. So I think from watching the show, my view would be that he's closer to Becky than Caroline, and Scott was a bit peeved off what Caroline did. So I think by Caroline leaving now with the chocolate task, the shopping budget, buying the chocolate, I think Becky and Scott, I think they'll just get even closer.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I really do. Well, thank you, Brian. Back to your Blue Nun. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
OK, Caroline, it's time to say goodbye. I'm taking you with me. You're all mine. A bit on the side. There is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't stick with us. Nothing else is going on anywhere right now. This is where it's at. Yes! They were looking at me like, the Olympics. Yes, it's Friday night and Eviction number 8 is out of there. Caroline will be joining me later. But in the meantime, pay close attention to the following 3 clips as you will never, ever, ever see them again. Number 1. Number 2.
You fucking ball bag.
And finally, run number 3. Fuck! Get out the loo! Now, eviction nights are so popular amongst our guests that hundreds of them formed an orderly queue outside, and I got to pick my favourite 3 for this evening. I know, cool, right? First, a bloke who once had his hit show called Defending the Caveman, a Connor fan, perhaps. It's comedian Mark Little. Next up, a former housemate with hair to match his personality. It's absolutely huge. Welcome BB12 Bab, Tom O'Connell. And finally, she had such a lovely time in the house with Caroline, so this is not going to be awkward at all. It's Lauren. They loved each other, didn't they? Now, before we go any further, let's see how the house are dealing with Caroline's departure.
Catherine was... I don't care what anybody says, Catherine was the most entertaining person ever in this fucking house.
I love her.
I'm going to miss her so much. I'm going to miss her so much.
She's so entertaining. She could make me laugh so much.
Don't tell me, because I could literally scream. I could literally.
I feel sick inside.
That crap.
A couple of reasons.
I'm going to miss her so much.
I know, I'm going to miss her loads.
Couple of weeks back. I've got no bed
I'm
partner.
going to miss her, absolutely
No
no.
food, but like fucking bed partner.
I've got no
Catherine,
sleepovers.
no, like... It's nothing now.
Right, let's talk about the eviction. Mark, did the right person go?
Alice, don't get me wrong, no.
No?
No. As much as she's hard to cope with, that girl, there was a certain eccentricity about her, which I think the house is going to lose now. And she was such a stirrer that I think it's going to tone down a hell of a lot now.
She's definitely a big character.
As far as entertainment goes, yeah, no, I think they got the wrong one.
Okay.
I would have split up Ashley and Luke, because now they think that their little plan's working, and it's like...
You're angry about that, Mark. You're angry.
I'm cringed about it.
What do we think, guys? Did the right person go? Yeah. Oh, lots of yes. Who's saying no? Who should have gone?
Luke should have gone, because he said he was going to rock and roll in the house, and he never did. He didn't do any rock and roll, and they really didn't do any rock and roll together, really.
Oh, well,
properly.
They better not have done. They better not. I'll find out. Were you a fan, Tom?
Of what she added to the house, I was, as a person, not really, but when you've got a housemate like Lucas, I agree with people here, I think he should have gone because he just sucks the joy out of the house. He's like one of those Harry Potter Death Eaters, and the only time we seen him happy was when Ashley tickled his wand, so it's just...
I love that he carried the magic metaphor through. I liked that.
I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Clearly. Has the result surprised you, Lauren?
No.
No.
Caroline's a vile person. It was about time she got out. It was enough bitching and backstabbing, and she needed out.
I told you, we brought Lauren in to defend her, obviously. Mark, why do you think the public didn't save her?
I don't know. Maybe they thought she was a horrible cow.
Right. But was there anything in particular that you think... Because these things are often really close. Is there anything that you think tipped the balance?
Look, I just think you're thinking like, this person looks really privileged and has probably had an education and comes across so stupid and so mean. It's like, no, leave us. Get out of our sight.
OK.
I don't know. Just
Fair enough.
Just so annoying.
How would you have reacted, Lauren, if you were still in there for the shopping list delivery?
I'm glad I wasn't in there, to be honest with you. No tobacco. No
tobacco.
bread, no bacon.
She would have been livid. Tom, you lived through Banana Gate. I think we all remember where we were that day. Yeah. It was shocking. How was that for you?
Well, it was hard. I mean, we were on Salt on Toast, but it was just a poor, cheap imitation. You can't copy the original, and it fell flat, really.
Was it just a BB12? BB12
It was a BB12 ting, and it couldn't be copied. I'm sorry.
I wish I could pull off saying ting. That's my dream. Did she do it to save herself, Mark, to kind of cause a stir and kind of get the vote?
Yeah, I think she... I don't know whether she was being just completely vindictive and she knew she was going to go and said, OK, well, cop this, live on biscuits for a week, or she's just a numpty. I don't know.
I love that she just tucked in as well. When she got it, she was just like, brilliant. I don't see an issue with it.
Yeah, maybe she lives like that.
What will the house be like without her, Tom?
I'm worried for Scott now because we don't get to see a lot of him, and I think that's worked to his favour because when we see him and he hears people bitching, he seems quite happy that they're all bitching about each other, and I think we're going to see a bad side to Scott now because I think so far Caroline's took the flak for being the worst of the pair.
He has stayed out of it a lot so far.
Yeah, and we just see him sort of being funny for a minute and then we don't really see him, but I think there's sort of a much nastier side that we haven't seen, and I don't want to see it because I like him.
Do we think he's going to get closer to Becky now that Caroline's gone?
Well, they've argued, like, the other day, didn't they? So...
They've had a bit of a duo. They kind of seem to squeeze Caroline
It's kind of
out.
natural this far that they're going to sort of argue, because I'd argue with Becky all the time.
Right.
So, I don't know. I just don't want Scott to be shown any more than he is, because I think what he's being shown as, he's, like, going to win, and I think he deserves to win.
You think any more would hinder him?
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Well, we'd seen her apologise, this is Caroline, each time she upset people. Were her apologies genuine, Mark?
Oh, I don't think so. In the heat of the moment there, with Brian at the end there, I think her true side really came out and she has showed no remorse, said the judge.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fair. Lauren, is that a good assessment? Because obviously you were in there. Was she genuine with that?
No, never. She'd backstab, apologise and be at it again 2 minutes later.
It's the backstab, apologise sandwich. Backstab, apologise, backstab, apologise. What could Caroline have done differently to save herself? How could she... Oh, there's a little tiny hand at the back. I'm going to probably trip over someone, but I'm running.
She could have been, like, nicer to people and stopped bitching, but that's her.
It's simple.
Yeah, but that's her, so I thought she was actually really funny, so I don't get why she's gone. But and also I don't understand why people are voting for Luke H to stay in the house when he's like the most boring housemate that's ever gone into the house.
It does seem a lot of people do find her entertaining, so maybe she shouldn't have changed anything. Caroline wasn't. She wasn't up this week. If she wasn't up this week, who would have gone? Who do we think?
Dina.
We've got a Dina. Whoa, sorry. Who is Dina? Who is Dina? Hi.
Dina's so boring. All she does is talk about herself and, oh, look at me in the cameras.
But do you think she would have been out?
No. Dina's
No.
okay.
Who would have been out?
I think if anyone had the opportunity to put anyone else up, I think it should have been Lucas. I think he needs to go. He's shallow. He's walked on eggshells all through the series, and he's like a cheap Dr. Spock with the eyebrows.
So you think he would have been out?
Yes.
People don't mince their words, do they? Mark, the Insiders have obviously lost quite a strong member. Can that group survive?
Well, yes, they're like bread mould. I think I think they'll just find a way of getting on. But,
okay. So yeah,
they're a weird bunch, aren't they?
Well, it obviously means that the Outsiders kind of the numbers are balancing out basically. Tom, do you think the Outsiders are going to gain control?
I don't think they're going to gain control. It was nice to see Luke S. His face just drain. It was like
he was very, very pale.
He was shocked, and I think it's going to knock their confidence a bit because most of them got booed. But next week it's going to be two of the Outsiders up again. So will it make a difference? I don't think.
So do you think they'll be up again this week then?
I think Luke A and Dina will be up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will Connor be out on a limb, Lauren, without Caroline? Because they were a bit of a duo.
Do you know, for all the problems I've had with Connor, he did say to me one night that Caroline made him nasty. So maybe we're going to see a nice side of Connor now. I don't know.
They have said that to each other, I think, to a certain extent, haven't they?
Yeah, she was in there all the time, and I think she was the lubricant for all that bitchiness.
Don't say lubricant in front of these lot, they'll just start laughing. Don't agree with that lot. Well, you too can come and spend your evening with us. Email us, particularly we want to hear from those of you who have your own teeth. Join us after the break when we'll have yet more exclusive footage from the house, and I'll be getting stuck into Caroline. See you in a bit. Thanks for sticking with us because I know there's some overblown event going on at the moment. There's fireworks, popular music, and people from all over the world dressed in leotards. Yeah, Brian Dowling's dressing room parties really are legendary. Oh yeah. So nobody was safe from her backbiting in the house. Sorry, just like keeping it urban. But she's on a bit on the side territory now. So hit us up with Deputy Caroline's worst bits. Oh my God!
Be careful.
Hello, Big Brother.
Caroline has to be the class clown.
Literally so funny. All I want to do is chuckle, but I can't.
It's really, really, really hard to be a nice person in this house.
Bernadette.
A shower ejaculated.
I find him physically vile.
You're a wanker.
So what are your interests?
I want to be a bailiff, millionaire, bailiff.
Chocolate spread.
So stupid.
Times.
I'm not a peasant.
50.
Have I got enough for you?
Caroline, do you put fucking cigarettes on the list?
Imagine if there was a fast food shop on the...
Caroline, if you're taking the piss out of me, I don't think it's funny.
You're such a bitch, it's hilarious.
I've become a monster. Lucas.
All I ever say is the F word. Fuck off! For fuck's sake, fuck off!
Fucking idiot.
Fuck off, I'm fucking moronic.
Fuck you!
Carnarvon. Carnarvon. That wasn't so good.
Oh my god, that's a pants!
I don't have as many redeeming features as I do bad characteristics. I give up.
Bit on the side. See you later.
You know what? See you later.
Yes, she feared that she's become an evil dictator, but I think we'll be the judge of that. It's Caroline. Jeff, take it away.
Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined
I love that. Awkward. Jeff, sad to see Caroline go?
I'm going to miss you, actually. You've been very entertaining.
Great.
I know there's been a sort of mixed crowd and such, but I have to say, in all honesty, if I'd lost my my cigarette ration for the week, I'd be ready to punch someone about now.
Brilliant.
But I'm a
He
big
means
fan
it.
of chocolate in your defence, so...
Great.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And looking
Thank you,
lovely.
darling.
I love
Thank
a
you very
blue.
much.
You know I do. I love
Thank
a blue.
you, darling.
Okay. I love that you're already on the champers. It's a celebration. Come on.
Defo. Love it.
You've been saying pretty much all week that you thought you were going to be sitting here.
Oh, defo.
How does it feel now?
I'm so relieved, bloody hell. Sorry, but when Adam and Luke's names were called, I was like, get Caroline out, get Caroline out. Sorry, Lauren, but...
Did you start the chant?
I was so happy. I was like, please just get me out.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're happy. You said that you think that the house kind of brought out the worst in you.
Oh, definitely.
Would you have been different in a kind of different house of people?
No, I really liked most of the housemates. Yeah, I turned into a super bitch. Yeah, I mean,
what was it about it, do you think, that made you...
I really find it very difficult to tolerate people I don't like. And,
fair enough.
And, yeah, I don't know, I really struggle with that.
You always ran back in there. In the first few weeks, you spent a lot of time with Scott, but then Becky came along.
Becky
came along. Were you jealous of that friendship?
No, God, no.
I'll get you a DVD of that. You can watch that at
Sorry,
home.
I look like a hippopotamus. I can't ever watch that ever again. But,
no, you don't.
No, Becky's great, actually. Becky's great. I mean, she spent the whole day talking about how I had cellulite, which wasn't so great.
That sounds so nice.
No, not the nicest. And I did have an enormous tantrum today. I mean, my hairbrushes were all gone, all been hidden in flower pots, and Becky was talking about how fat I was all day. It was a very bad day, and I was very happy to leave. Bloody hell! I don't remember the question actually, but
Okay,
yeah.
let's talk about Connor then, because you and Connor were close.
Yeah, I love Connor. He's great.
Is that the kind of person you'd normally be friends with?
No, he's a boy.
Oh yeah,
Why
you did
would
say
I be
that.
friends with a boy?
Will you stay friends with this boy?
Yeah, I hope so. He's great. He's a really nice guy. He's great.
Did you fancy him maybe?
Weirdly, I didn't fancy him at all. I fancied Lucas like a tiny bit, but
oh, did you now?
I literally didn't fancy like Connor. Like,
That's an exclusive. That's a bit on the side exclusive.
Is it?
None of our psychologists picked up on that.
Really?
They're all sacked.
I was like, oh, what if he thinks I fancy him? No, Connor couldn't fancy him any less. Like he's so like big brotherish. Like.
So why do you think you got on so well?
We both like taking the piss out of people.
I'd say that's quite an accurate assessment of the friendship. Speaking of taking the piss out of people, let's talk bitching a little bit.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
What does bitching mean?
I think being mean to people and calling them names is part of it.
Does it mean everything comes out of Caroline's mouth?
Possibly, quite a lot of it. Were you aware that you did it?
Well, before I was ranked as most bitchy, I was willing to seat myself next to the least bitchy sign. Okay. I was like adamant that I was like the least bitchy housemate. I think I'm the most delusional housemate, however. And then I just sort of turned into super bitch after that because I was like, fuck it, I've been trying so hard not to be bitchy, I've been bitchy. So then I just overstepped the line and became super bitch.
So effort just went out the window.
Yeah, like, see you later.
Let's see what happens.
Exactly.
Well, our resident psychologist said that you gave a barbed wire sandwich, which is a nice comment, a really, really mean comment, and then a nice comment again.
Is that a term
tasty.
that was made specifically for Caroline?
I don't know if it was coined for you.
Yeah,
I think it's a kind of psychological reference.
Sounds quite weird.
Yeah, you can have it. That can now be called the Caroline sandwich.
Great, thanks.
Are you aware that you do that?
What do you mean? As in I'll be like...
You'll be like, Alice, I like your hair. You're really stupid, but I really like your socks. That kind of thing.
No, I would... No, I can imagine... No. I'd be like, okay, Luke is a really nice guy, but he's really annoying. Yeah, like that.
But he's also...
But he's also
nice
very
guy.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it with Sarah all the time. Sarah sounds like a vuvuzela, but she's really, really nice, but she's also makes really stupid
comments. Let's not do it with all of them, but I'm glad that you know what one is now.
Yeah, I know.
So some of your housemates thought that your bitching was controlling the house. Take a little look at this.
Do you not like these?
They're okay. I think you should have some edgier boxes.
Caroline is one of the most nastiest people I've ever come across in my life. She's horrible.
I cannot engage in a conversation with someone that's stupid.
They're Ralph Lauren.
They're not like tagged.
Scott, naming the brand does not make them a nicer pair of trousers.
Well, they did. It doesn't.
So they thought that anyone that you didn't like went up because of your bitching. A lot of people thought that, actually.
Well, that's ludicrously ridiculous because realistically, some of the people I didn't like, no one liked, but I just was bold enough to voice my opinion.
But isn't that quite amazing that they thought you had that power?
Sorry, I'm not an evil dictator. I'm not like some manipulative witch, as I was clearly depicted on the bloody programme.
But they thought that within the house. They kind of thought you had that power in there. So that's quite amazing that they thought that you could just basically go...
Look, I'm a 20-year-old girl. I've just come out of school, and I enjoy eating chocolate. I'm not a manipulative bitch. I'm not a Terminator. They just have all these like, little weird visions of me.
So if you're not manipulative, I think you said that Luke A you thought was very manipulative.
Well, he's clearly manipulated the public into not liking Luke S and Caroline because they're his least favourite people in the house.
How do you think he does that?
He goes into the diary room and he goes da, 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 blah blah blah.
Have you seen that diary room? He did do... No, he didn't do that. Well, you definitely left a lasting impression with your shopping list. Why did you do that?
Because I knew I was leaving. I was 4,000,000% adamant I was leaving, and I was like, you know what, see you later, I'm not interested.
That was the ultimate bet, wasn't it, really? Because otherwise you were going to have to be living on it.
Yeah, and like, to be honest, like, I'm really pleased I did it, because chocolate's great. I had 24 hours of the chocolate until it got, like, a little bit nauseating. and you know, these, like, some horrendous people are left with it for the rest of their lives, so you know what, see you later.
Enjoy your chocolate spread.
Yeah,
now, one thing we did enjoy was your task performances. Let's have a little look
I hate the tasks, bloody hell.
That came
came
across.
I dreaded the tasks.
Oh my god, that's a hand! You say you hate them, but so which was your favourite task?
I literally hate them so much. The laughing task was absolutely classic. Loved that.
You did love that. You said that...
I was terrible at it. I was in a house with Chris, for crying out loud. How was I not to jeopardise the task every second that he spoke to me?
Was it the pie? Was it the stand-up? What did it for you in the laughing task?
Oh, just Chris.
Just Chris?
Yeah.
Just his presence?
Just like, is he a professional trombone player? Darling, I don't think that is the emphasis of the problem here. Oh, so stupid.
I think we should reunite you and Chris.
I don't.
No? No.
No.
Another date, maybe?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. OK, fair enough. You said your parents were kind of against you going in from the word go.
Devastated.
Have you proved them wrong?
Definitely not. I'm definitely disowned. There is no question about it.
You said it had ruined your life. Why has it ruined your life?
Oh, so many reasons. Firstly, obviously, I've quadrupled in size. I've come out in this blue dress looking like a blue whale. Secondly, I've turned into super bitch. I've made all sorts of bitchy comments that I just see as standard chat. Clearly, I'm delusional. Yesterday, I held up funny, and every single person, every other person went lazy.
But at least everyone didn't say cheesy, so that's a relief. My last question, my most important question is, does Ashley think your name is Catherine?
Oh, she definitely does. Ashley has no concept of what my name is. She hasn't got a clue.
I think she's probably called you Caroline once or twice, tops.
No, the whole joke started when Sponge was asked who she'd like to evict, and she went, Catherine! And we went...
Is that Victoria Sponge?
Yeah, Victoria Sponge. And we all went, right, Catherine definitely isn't a housemate.
So no one's up then?
Yeah, great.
Can I just get a massive round of applause for Catherine? Brilliant. Best answers ever. And if you've got any questions for Caroline, send them in for the digital team who'll be interviewing her after the show in another online exclusive. Details should be on screen right now. Plus, she'll be taking calls in Jamie's phone room this weekend. So if you've got a question or have any other business to discuss, then give us a call on the number below. Still to come, evictee number 8, that's you, faces our guests and our audience. You're very, very brave. See you in a bit. Brothers bit on the side. Now, how many housemates does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Alice. How many housemates does it take to change a light bulb?
None. They're not supposed to mess with the fixtures and fittings. I've told you that 1,000 times. It's basic rules, for God's sake. So, Caroline has coped with Q&A sessions from me and Brian, but how will she cope with this lot here? Mark, you're first up. What's your question?
OK. Hi, Caroline.
Hiya.
Big arguments in our house whether how smart you actually are.
Right, I'm not very clever.
Is that true? Or,
yeah.
So you're not just playing the dumb card?
Did it come across that I was playing the dumb card because I wasn't trying to play the dumb card?
No, it wasn't some strategy you had.
I definitely didn't have a strategy, so I'm going to say no.
OK, that's solved that. I've won a fiver there.
Cool.
OK, Tom, you're up next. What's your question?
Yeah, when other housemates were sort of evicted fairly early on, I think it was people like Benedict and Chris, you sort of revelled in the fact they weren't received well by the public. And when Luke A sort of was happy that he had Get Caroline chants out, you were sort of quite angry at that. And I just wanted to know why you thought it was okay for you to revel in sort of the hatred of others, but when you realised people didn't really like you, why it wasn't?
It wasn't okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a strong word, hatred. I'm not sure it's hatred.
Not hatred, just a minor dislike.
Dislike on... There's a scale, isn't there?
Yeah.
Lauren, what's your question?
Having watched things back, I've realised you nicknamed me the Spoon, but it's obvious you were the biggest shit stirrer in the house. So why call me the Spoon?
Does Caroline have anything to say on the matter there? So
no, your highlights look great. I have nothing to say about wooden spoon.
The spoon?
I have nothing to say, sorry.
Okay, nothing on the wooden spoon topic?
No, nothing to say.
Okay. Audience, let's go to the audience, shall we? Rosie, you've got a question for me, haven't you?
Lauren just asked my question.
Was that your question?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you not think you were the real spoon in the house?
Yeah, I definitely think I was, yeah.
Okay, I think we've covered the spoon. Lauren, you've got a question for me. Where are you, Lauren? Hi, Lauren. Oh, I'm going to go like this, like a smooth
Were you being fake or was you being yourself?
I was definitely being myself.
Okay, are you surprised that people ask that a lot?
I think it's a pretty bizarre question because if I was being fake, I certainly wouldn't have been how I was. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have been super bitch if I was trying to be someone I wasn't.
Is it possible to keep up a fake game plan in the house?
It's definitely not. It's after 7 weeks you are yourself, and there's sort of no other way of looking at it.
Okay, Mark, did you have another question?
Yes, I do. Yes, because you'd actually sussed that you actually might leave tonight.
Oh God, I was adamant.
Yeah, so
hence the shopping sitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you knew. You don't just like chocolate biscuits that much.
I do really like chocolate biscuits.
But you were leaving people. Yeah, but you were leaving people for a week with that sort of food.
Hence my 3,000 stone weight gain. Yeah, I mean, I sorry, I was adamant I was leaving. I was see you later. I'm not. I just didn't care. Sorry, I just didn't care. I've lost all care in the world since being the Big Brother house. I know it's awful. I just don't care. I really don't care.
Does it really mess with your head in there?
Yeah, I mean, you sort of. Yeah, I suppose so. I'm not sure. I just do. I think that they'll survive. I think they've got chickpeas and lentils and.
Would you, if you'd won the 100 grand, would that all have gone on chocolate?
Absolutely.
I think that's a wise spending. Tom, you've got another one for us, I think.
Yeah, I know it's kind of been heavy on you tonight. I think it's commendable how honest you are, even though, you know, some of the things you say are quite cutting. Do you believe, sort of, given the warning you were given by Big Brother about some of your remarks, you wish you had have reined it in now?
Rounded it in.
Reined in.
Oh, I was bloody happy to leave.
No, like reined in your comments,
rounded
sort of.
in.
Reined it in, sort of like held some back.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
So that was you holding back?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Lauren, I think you've got another question for us.
So when you left tonight, neither Luke or Adam stood up to say goodbye. Why do you think this is?
Well, I wouldn't have done for them. I'm very, I mean, bloody hell.
That's a bit mean. Do you not feel ashamed that you walked out to booze? Like, it's such a good feeling to walk out to cheers.
No, I don't mind.
You didn't get that.
I just don't mind.
There was quite a stark contrast. Shane, you've got one for me. It's so awkward, I could just die. Shane, go on.
Caroline, do you always throw your dummy out the pram when things don't go your way?
Yeah.
I just don't know what to say. Thank you to everybody for your questions. Lovely questions. Right, let's check back in with the house, see what's going on.
By the way, guys, brilliant.
I can honestly guarantee.
I'm not going to speak to anyone.
I can pretty much guarantee I'll never speak to Luke A again, and I can 90% guarantee I'll never speak to Adam again.
Yeah, I'll tell you, most people, I'll never speak to Luke A again. I'll never speak to Dina again. I'll never speak to Adam again. I'll probably not speak to Sarah again.
Me neither.
I'll not speak to Victoria. I'll not speak to Benedict.
I'll not speak to Chris. I'll not speak to Victoria, Chris, Benedict, Lydia, Luke A, Adam, Dina. But Sarah, I will converse with but if she was, do you know what I mean? If Sarah was at the rap party,
I'm going to be, oh, sorry, this is gay. I should be like,
if Sarah was at the rap party, I'd be like, you're right. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But the others, I would not be. Are you
way. No fucking way.
Be like, oh, excuse me, sorry.
And if any of them won it, I wouldn't congratulate them at all.
Sarah's lost the bet. I thought you were my genuine friend. I am your genuine friend. You're fucking not. You're trying to get allies.
It's sweaty box time. Caroline, Helen, Caroline.
Hey.
Let's be friends. Okay, let's talk comments about Caroline. Now, you told me there's been loads of positive ones.
We've had, I mean, obviously a mixed response. You know, there's a lot of people want to say lots of different things.
You're polarising.
But that's good. You've been very popular.
What is polarising?
People either love you, your Marmite, love or hate.
Marmite, I love that.
But you've had a lot of strong support on Twitter throughout the last few weeks.
Really?
A few questions from some of your Twitter fans.
Great.
Al Randall says, the house is going to be so boring without you. But who would you snog, marry and evict?
I would snog Lucas, and I'd marry Connor, and I'd evict Adam.
I think I could have guessed these ones, yeah.
I think, very good. I like this one. Alex Dawson said, you should have won. Would you rather eat 10 fish eyes or be stuck in a room with Luke, A and Adam?
Eat 10 fish eyes.
Okay.
Think about it. No,
done. Sarah Nolan says, how much chocolate did you actually manage to eat?
Oh, sorry, I think...
Meaning from this week, did you mix from yesterday?
Oh, I did.
All the whole nut went.
Oh, obviously.
Great, I
love chocolate.
On that note, Bill B asks, loved your chocolate shopping, thought it was brilliant. I'm reminiscent of Harry, but loved it. But did you really think it was your last day in the house today, or was it a ploy to save you?
300% certain it was my last day. I hand on my heart, solemnly swear I wouldn't have done the shopping unless I thought it was my last day.
Really?
I knew I was going, there was no question about it.
Okay. You did sound pretty sure for a while.
Yeah, I honestly, I knew, on Sunday I was like, oh God, I don't want to be up. I don't want to be up because I knew if I was up, I'd go. Sorry, but I can.
Is it quite
a dickhead?
Is it quite nice to go out on quite an exciting high like that though? Because everyone's talking about it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lauren's like weird comments.
That's a lot for tonight. Thank you to all my wonderful guests. Tune in tomorrow on 5 Star when Caroline, Jamie and I will be joined by Christopher Biggins. Sorry, girls. The voice is Sam Buttery. Now that is a mega lineup. I think you'll agree. Good night, tweets.